So Mario Kart Tour has been out for a couple of months now, and when the game launched, there was quite a lot of hate floating around on the internet towards this game. And while some of that hate has just died down, as obviously the game has become less and less of a talking point, there are still a lot of people very upset at this game for a multitude of reasons. I, for one, have been really enjoying Mario Kart Tour. I've been playing it steadily since launch, and I'm really enjoying my time with the game. I think a lot of the internet's complaints are kind of just wrong and easily dismissed, and I'm here to kind of play attorney and defend the game against all of these complaints that I've been seeing online. But that's not all. Today I'm joined by Adam from Time Lag Gaming to help defend Mario Kart Tour.
Thanks for having me on, Thomas. Yeah, I've been really loving the game as well, and the complaints about the game have really just bothered me, and I can't wait to share our take on these issues.
So the biggest thing that people were mad about, and honestly this is the thing I think that they should be the least mad about, this is the Gold Pass. And recently Animal Crossing Pocket Camp came out with I think 2 different subscription-based services. We're not going to talk about those just simply because we don't play that game at nearly as much as we play Mario Kart Tour, if at all, so we're not really qualified to talk about this. But given that both of us have played Mario Kart Tour a fair amount since its launch, we really feel like the Gold Pass just isn't something worth getting mad about.
For people who are going to spend money on Mario Kart Tour, the Gold Pass is absolutely the best way to spend money on the game. It would cost you about $19 to get 32 rubies, and you get that same exact amount included with the Gold Pass. And not only that, but you also get over 1,000 coins, you get a ton of different tickets as well. Along with that, you also get the access to the 200cc mode. So with the Gold Pass, you're getting all of this extra content that is worth way more than it's priced at. So for people who are going to spend money, which there are already tons of people who like to spend money on these types of games, it is the best way for them to do that. And a lot of people who are complaining about the Gold Pass or don't like it are people who would never even spend money on a mobile game to begin with. There are 2 to 3 tours a month, and you get access to at least 30 rubies per tour, as long with all the extra coins and tickets, and ends up being the best way to spend money on the game.
So yeah, there's always going to be people spending money on the mobile game, but the Gold Pass is just a better deal. It comes in a subscription model, which is I think throwing a lot of people off, but it literally just gives you so much more value than if you were to actually buy everything separately. And anyone who's going to pay for $5 a month for a game is obviously going to play that game a ton anyway, so they're going to get all of the Gold Pass benefits that you unlock throughout the tour. So the Gold Pass is literally just a better deal for people who want to pay for it, so that's why I'm so confused as to why people are upset it exists. It's kind of unusual for Nintendo to do a subscription-based service, sure, but this is like the least scummy thing in terms of this game's microtransactions. So another way you can pay in this game is the character packs, and you've probably seen the meme on Twitter of that Diddy Kong character pack that cost $40. This is just this isn't really a valid complaint. The pack is named the Diddy Kong character pack because that's the only unique thing about it. Everything else in the pack is just currency. However, the pack is actually a good deal when you look at what it includes. The $40 packs include 90 gems, the character that's on the cover like Diddy Kong, and usually a quick ticket or so. The 90 gems is really the main meat and potatoes of these packs, because 90 gems trying to buy from the game normally is $50, and these packs let you buy it for $40. Now, I'm not saying that you should spend $40 on this game. I personally haven't, and I doubt Adam has either, but it's literally, once again, just another option and way to monetize the game. It's not harming anyone who doesn't choose to buy it, and people who were memeing it on Twitter either didn't care or just didn't understand that you weren't paying $40 for a single character. The character was literally a bonus in the pack.
There are so many people who do not realize how you can get all of these characters and even carts that are featured in these packs completely free. These can all be pulled from the pipes. These can all be bought from the shop with coins. These are all things you can easily get for free. Probably the most valid complaint about the game in general is overall the in-game economy, because the stock ruby prices are pretty ridiculous. But like we talked about, the Gold Pass and these character packs offer a cheaper alternative. But to go along with that, the game also has low gacha rates. The low gacha rates have also been a point of issue. However, they sort of have to be this way. I've been playing the game since it launched. I think I have about 50 to 60 hours in this game, which compared to my time on Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I only have like 25 hours on Deluxe because I played it so much in the Wii U. But regardless, I play this game a lot. Both me and Thomas have all the commons, most of the rares, and a few of the high-end characters. And also worth noting is you don't actually need those high ends. Most of the frenzy characters you can actually just get with a common or rare character. There's only a few different races where you need the high-end character for the frenzy. In total right now I have over 30 characters, which is actually more characters that are in Mario Kart 7. So the point is, if they were to make the gacha rates any higher, the monetization methods in the game wouldn't really work, because most people would have every single character and cart in the games. Why would they spend money in the game if they had everything? So yes, the low gacha rates can definitely be annoying when you spend your hard-earned gems and you don't get what you want out of the pipe, but they actually do make sense. If you use certain strategies, you can basically guarantee to get what you want out of the pipe. If you save up enough rubies to get 10 pulls, you can basically guarantee that you're going to get the Spotlight Driver and the Kart or Glider. So it's pretty easy to get around these low gacha rates, and it personally hasn't bothered me at all.
Another thing that kind of goes hand in hand with those gacha rates that you just talked about are the fact that you kind of need certain characters to get 5 stars on certain cups. In the most recent tours, such as the Paris Tour and the Winter Tour, Nintendo has kind of rigged it so that you can get 4 stars on pretty much every race relatively easily, but if you don't have either a frenzy character or a top tier glider for a certain course, it's going to be pretty difficult to get that 5th elusive star. Basically, kind of like the gacha rates, this is how some might say a necessary evil. Basically, if this wasn't in the game, A, you wouldn't really have anything to work towards, and B, Nintendo just would not make any money from this game whatsoever. It kind of has to be that way so that they can monetize the game and that people will want to actually buy characters and, pull the pipe and spin to get different cart parts and characters. However, this isn't even really an issue for people who have been playing the game for a while, because as Adam mentioned before, both he and I have a substantial amount of characters, so generally I think we pretty much always have the top tier character, driver, and glider, and I don't think there's been a race in the last few tours where I haven't had at least 2 of those 3 categories in the top tier, so it's really not an issue for people unless you're starting the game new. But even if you are starting the game new, it's only an issue for like maybe a couple of tours. So one of the things that gets me the most excited about Mario Kart Tour is how Nintendo has been listening to the community and updating the game accordingly. When the game originally came out, a lot of people took issue with the controls. I always thought they were fine, I got used to them. That's just, how it was. But a lot of people were upset that you couldn't drift and steer in the same control method. So Nintendo fixed that. In update 1.2 of 0.0, they added in a drift button or a steer button, depending on what control method you're using, which rectified the entire problem people had. Nintendo basically overhauled the game's controls no more than 2 months after its launch, just because they were listening to the fans and all that. It's really heartwarming and exciting as a fan to see that this game, which is obviously kind of more of a games as a service type game, it's constantly being updated with new content and tours. It's nice to see that Nintendo's also listening on the quality of life side and is updating things too. Just another example of this, we got a badge list in update 1.1.0, and also in update 1.2.0 we got a list of the coupons and tickets that you have. So yeah, it's just another great thing to see Nintendo adding in all this stuff, and it really has me excited for the game in the future.
I've also really been happy with how they've been listening. The new controls are great. I got used to the controls as well. However, in Cheap Lagoon, there was always that part where you have to go to that super thin area. That's one area specifically that it's way easier to go that route with the steering method. So the new controls have been great, and I've been really liking how they have listened to us. And another thing they're going to be adding soon is online multiplayer. And one thing I wanted to mention is, like, I've seen people who are complaining how there isn't online multiplayer yet. But to be fair, I think Mario Kart Tour has the best single player experience in any recent Mario Kart. There's just so much content there in the single player experience. So yes, there isn't any online multiplayer, but what we have so far, the single player elements, have been a ton of fun, and the online multiplayer is coming soon. There's gonna be the beta in December, so it's just great that they're adding all these things and listening to us.
So overall, Mario Kart Tour is not perfect. I mean, no game really is ever perfect, especially, a mobile game that's constantly being added to, adapted to, changed, and one that just came out a little over 2 months ago. However, as a mobile Mario Kart game, it's pretty damn good, and there are a lot of people who were upset at this game, whether it was because of the monetization methods or other random things, but Adam and I just simply don't believe that those criticisms were well thought out or well founded or even really valid at this point after the game's been updated and all that. So we wanted to take a minute to defend Mario Kart Tour because we both are really enjoying the game and can't wait to see what Nintendo has in store for future content updates. Let us know down in the comments below if you are enjoying Mario Kart Tour as much as we are, and if you've watched this far into the video, I would assume that you are a pretty big Mario Kart fan, so Adam and I actually made a video on his channel about what Mario Kart 9, or whatever the next Mario Kart game is, could take and adapt from Mario Kart Tour. It'll be linked in the description, so I'd highly suggest you go check it out. So thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, like the video if you did enjoy, subscribe if you're new, make sure to check out Adam's channel, it'll be linked on the end card right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Thomas from the Switched Up, signing off. Peace.